Hey, how's it going, everyone? This is just regarding the Community Crunch update. I know I made an update a while back, or a video on the update about Survival Ascended, Unreal Engine 5, all that stuff. And basically, this one shouldn't be as long. This one, is just basically going off of the new crunch, which when I made the first video on the previous crunch, like everyone, I could tell, like all over. I watched other people who made videos and they were, just livid about ASA and uh getting rid of the official servers and everything. Everyone was just like, "Urgh," uh just livid. But basically, we're just gonna go on it. Let's see. We appreciate your patience as we digested the feedback and consulted with our partners to revise our upcoming plans. As always, we're very grateful to have such a passionate player base, and we hear and understand your concerns. We've decided to make some changes and provide additional information as to why we're taking this approach, so please bear with us as we address some points. First things first, we are scrapping the bundle, the Respawn bundle. Our intention behind this was to provide a package where you essentially got two products for the price of one. In hindsight, not the best move. Our bad. Yeah. We recognize how combining ASA with ARK 2 and requiring further DLC upgrades wasn't optimal, especially since you wouldn't be able to judge ARK 2 as no gameplay or content would be available yet. So here are our new plans. ARK Survival Ascended ASA will now be a standalone package released on every platform at $59.99. The package will include the following pieces of content built in, not sold separately, with each remastered and altered for the next generation. And I think this is a much better move as opposed to basically redoing what you had to do with the original game. Okay, you pay 40 or 50 bucks for the original game, then you pay an additional 20 for each DLC. Yeah, this is much better. Just $59.99 for it all. So the island released at launch, Sodif released at launch, Scorched Earth released at launch, Aberration will come out during Q4, Extinction Q1 of 2024, Genesis Part 1 also Q1 2024, Genesis Part 2 Q2 of 2024. Yeah, I'm not holding them to those dates because Wildcard does have a tendency to say, yeah, we're pushing this back more and more and more and more. So, yeah. All the community created maps are also going to be released in time 2024. Fjordur, Ragnarok, the Center, Lost Island, Valgero, Crystal Isles. I am so looking forward to Crystal Isles. That is my absolute favorite custom ARK, my favorite non-canon DLC. It's just gonna look gorgeous. I'm absolutely looking forward to that one. Yeah. Let's see. No longer a backward compatible free update. Initially, when we had considered doing the Unreal 5 upgrade, we planned just to port the Switch version of the game and undo graphical limitations required for that hardware. We weren't going to maximize the potential of the new technology, we weren't going to introduce new gameplay changes, and we weren't going to make critical design changes that would have had an impact on existing save data. After carefully reviewing what would be the best outcome for those who enjoy ASE and would want to continue to enjoy in the years to come, we decided that our initial plan would not be sufficient. We want to provide you with an evergreen classic ARK experience, one that can continue to grow over time on a cleaned up code base, making use of the new technological advancements not only in the industry but also in what we're working on with ARK 2. We weren't trying to mislead you earlier in the comments. Our plans and overall intentions changed, so you're probably asking me, why don't we make these upgrades to the original ASE? Frankly, it would not be viable. Many of the changes we're making to ASA will touch a lot of aspects of the game. It'll invalidate save data. Some mods may not be functional. Some things may not play the same way as they did before. And we didn't want to change that experience for those who prefer it or are unable to upgrade, which is a smart move because the PC that I'm running on, it's really, really good. But if I were to have 2 saves of ARK Survival Evolved on this PC, I would be completely out of storage space. ARK has taken up like 65% of the storage space on this PC, which I also use for my schoolwork. Yeah. So just not that viable. And yeah. So anyway, this also impacted our decision to sunset the ASE official network offline on August 31st, shortly before the ASA launch. Okay, so sunset the network on the 31st, right before the ASA launch. So I assume the 31st is when we can get ASA. I'm not holding them to that. But anyway, despite ASE officials representing the minority of players on ARK, it's an invested, passionate group which has their bases, teams, and characters, and seeing that go away can't be easy. While we know it's not the same, we hope that making the saves available for unofficial use helps diminish the loss. Our reasoning behind that decision is that those servers are based on the old technology and require significant development resources and time for our team to operate and maintain. In some cases, the issues aren't as easily solvable without an overall upgrade. Additionally, we know that those resources could be better utilized on fundamentally new technology to further enhance the overall game experience for all players. And people are mad because they're like, oh, we're losing all this and all that. But you gotta realize as time goes by, you have new consumers, okay? There are more people who are being attracted to ARK who have never played it before. You remember, as the years go by, we get older, and so does the next generation, okay? We have, when ARK was first released, there were kids who were just little itty-bitty kids, and now they're teenagers. They're into this game. They look at the difference between ASE and ASA, and they're like, I want ASA because it looks cooler. Because Unreal Engine 5 graphics, those look cooler. Those are more, air quote, modern in a way. So, yeah. ASE will still be available to play for those who choose to. That include multiplayer through unofficial player-hosted sessions, the endless amount of mods on our Steam Workshop, and all the game content as you currently know. All that's going to remain, but after 8 years, we have to make the difficult decision of sunsetting ASE and official network in order to provide that truly long-term evergreen vision of the game through ASA. We will be sending off ASE with one final content update for our 8th anniversary this June, releasing the fan-elected creature Rhynia Natha. Keep an eye out next week for its dossier. So yeah, I'm looking forward to that. So yeah, it makes sense. Besides, if they stay working on the official servers, they're just going to be stuck working on those. We're like, we want to work on ARK 2. We want to work on ASA. But nope, we're stuck doing the official servers on ASE. Our team's not big enough. Or It's just not feasible. And you have to take, and that's the hard part about um business, is that you're like, you can't have it all. You have to pick and choose, and ultimately they've chosen what's going to make them the most money, because you need money to work on a new project. That new project is ASA, which is, well, almost complete, but they're still working on ASA and um ARK 2. So if you want ARK 2, you gotta let them make some more money by creating ASAs. I'm just saying, no ASA, no ARK 2. That's basically what they're saying. No, if we can't shut down the official servers and move those people over to work on ARK 2, then you're not getting ARK 2. And if you're wondering, why are we not getting ARK 2? You can ask all the people who are demanding that the official servers be kept up. Because Wildcard, they probably don't have as big of a team as other companies. Who knows? They could have a smaller group. So I don't know too much about Wildcard themselves. Um, but there are gaming industries out there that have really big teams, and there are those in there that have relatively few. So yeah, from the sounds of it, Wildcard's one that just has relatively few, and it's just not feasible for them. Here we go. We plan to support ASA with new features, including at launch content drops, creatures, items, structures, and DLC. Our roadmap covered some of those planned changes. We said there would be more. Here's another preview. Dynamic navigation mess and creature. Pathfinding overhaul. AI pathfinding photo mode, NVIDIA DLSS, Dino baby management, quality of life, wild babies. That's gonna be cool. Gonna be really cool. Wonder if you can tame them. Snap point improvements, so maybe I may not have to use S Plus anymore. Character creation and customization improvements, awesome. Cross-platform multiplayer and full blueprint modding. This before, but we're serious. It's happening on PC and console at launch, and we've got it working internally with overall technology. Dramatically changes nature of the console experience. All right. And this list is not exhaustive. We're hoping to get even more done, and the only reason we aren't covering all of those details right now is that we're still working on them. It's taking a significant amount of resources and time at the studio, and we don't want to commit to other particular features unless we're sure we can get them in for launch. And yeah, we may miss our deadline on certain aspects, so that's why they're saying don't hold us to that date. But yeah, on certain aspects, but they'll come in over time as we continue to support this next generation of art. At the end of the day, these are just words, and frankly may not mean so much. That's okay. We understand, and what will really convince you is seeing screenshots and a gameplay trailer, and you will in time. We know there are going to be more questions, and we'll just be sharing more details over time. We're not ready to pull back the curtains just yet. Good, they're not jumping the gun again. So we hope you'll hang in there with us, survivors. It'll be worth the wait. And the creature submissions, I'm really excited for this. I'm not going to cover the Easter Evo. I'm going to stop here with the submissions. Let's kick off the first piece of major new content for ASA, a fan-voted creature that will launch on day 1. This creature will be released for Scorched Earth. Finally, something not for a non-canon DLC and something not for the island. Scorched Earth. Yes, that's awesome. So make sure your real world submissions are in theme with that map. We'll also be adding an additional real world creature for each subsequent expansion pack map released on ASA. Check out the guidelines for more information on the submission process and hop over to the submission forum to see the current entries. The entry period will end at 1 p.m. on April 21st, so don't wait. Get your ideas in. We are looking forward to seeing your ideas come to life. And if you're wondering, yes, I have submitted something. No, I'm not going to say what I submitted. But if that creature ends up making it into the top 10, I will say what I submitted, as well as other creatures that I did upvote that were not my own. And this creature, they may not hold my post, but I will say this is a creature I submitted, but they just like someone else's submission better, because that's how it works on the creature submission guidelines. Some people will, accidentally put in, they're just like, put something that's not already in there. Some people will put multiple things, like let's pretend Gigas weren't a thing at all in ARK, and someone wanted to put Giga in Scorched Earth. A lot of people might be Giga, 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 and so ultimately they would just choose one of the Gigas, but it would be the most upvoted submission. So yes, even if mine isn't chosen, though. Last I checked, the creature I submitted was proven popular, as was the one I upvoted. I actually upvoted 2 other creatures. So yeah. So anyway, that's gonna do it. Yeah, just wanted to make this video for y'all. As I said this morning when I posted, I said I would be making this video. Here it is. So, yeah, hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, smash that like button, subscribe. I'll see you guys next time.